dokie.
We're singing and we're colored.
I can't. I mean, although we have humor right now, this is not a humorous situation to be discussing
Right.
at all. So yeah, welcome to my thoughts, our thoughts. Loyal host Tisha Denise, along with loyal co-host.
John Ishmar.
So, topic we're discussing is something that's been trending in the media since Monday. It's gotten like it's heightened by like today. Like there's riots, there's looting, all kinds of stuff, racism,
All right.
just everything, and it's sad. And first off, just moment of silence for George Floyd, who we lost to police brutality, just like many others. So I guess a moment. All right. So yeah. Well, we purposely, as you notice, our shirts representing the culture because we're Black.
I'm proud.
Very proud. Melanin on fleek, okay? So it's just, this situation is very sad. When these situations happen, I really don't know how to react to it. I don't know.
It's more than sad at this point.
Yeah, I have, honestly, the best way for me to put it, personally, I'm tired. That's it. I'm tired. It's like a never ending cycle. Like they kill us, they get paid administrative leave, or they get little time or to no time, they get acquitted. We're in an uproar, we're angry, we forget about it, something else happens, same cycle.
Okay, so at first I was kind of against I'm against the looting. I'll say that. Like, I think the looting is, it may be going a bit too far. But the rioting, I think the rioting is okay. The rioting, I've watched, I've been online, seen a couple of things, and also just at this point now, they're putting more value on the property than they are on the person. At this point, if, no offense, we burn down buildings and caused so much collateral damage every time they killed a Black person, I promise you, every time they kill someone, if we did something like this, eventually change would happen. Not so much because they care about us, but because that money has to come out of the government's pocket to fix those things. And they would get tired of fixing them. So they would therefore force the police to either handle things in a different way or they'd give them better training. But at the end of the day, all that money being spent, somebody would say something like, okay, we need to do something about it. Now, it's not the solution that I think we need, but it'd be a step in the right direction. So I say burn all the shit to the ground, man. Like,
I mean,
roll down.
I don't know. Like, I understand it. I don't want to say that the looting is wrong because that's how people feel. They're emotional right now. So I can't really say that what everybody is doing is wrong because it's an emotional thing. It's emotional. Like, I understand burning the precinct. Burn that shit down. Burn it down. Burn it down. Because they need to know, like, it's not cool. And we put up with it for how many more of us have to die? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's becoming too common now. And we're dying just from doing simple stuff.
it was always common. Like I don't remember who said it, but it never stopped. It just started getting caught on videotape. That's the only thing now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're catching it on videotape, and there's body. We thought maybe if we outfitted them with body cams that would stop. Like legit, they have the body cams. It's still happening. There are literal people witnessing these crimes now, recording it, and there's still no end to these things. Like this is America.
Yeah.
This is just the type of shit we live in, unfortunately.
But it's like,
Lady,
what can we
Central
do
Park parent.
if we stay silent? We're the problem. If we join in on the rioting and all of that, we're the problem. Either way you spin it, we're the problem. Why are we the problem? What the hell are we doing that we're hated
We're in a
so
country
much when it's just
I don't even think it's a country. We're just hated on, period. Like we got, man, I don't know what it is. Black gold, call it what you must. This skin has caused so much envy, so much hate, so much whatever it is. They despise us because of our skin. And you know what? There have been times I'm like, you know what? If they feel that way, then maybe we should just pack up our shit and go back to Africa. But at the end of the day, I've never been to Africa. I don't belong to Africa. Africa is not in me. And not even to say, even if they were to be like, yo, I'll accept you with open arms, I have nothing there.
right.
Like they're like, oh, pack up and go back. I'm not from Africa. Like, yes, my roots from way back when might have been originally, but
Right.
now, like, I have absolutely no ties to that. You can't
I
tell
mean,
me long.
yeah, and I mean, on top of that, like, this is why people are saying that we need to like learn our actual history instead of what the school system spoon fed us, which is definitely true. Which is why I've been saying for the longest I need to track my genealogy because there's so many of us walking around like me who don't know their roots. Like, yeah, I'm a girl from Brooklyn, New York, but up until maybe 10, 15 years ago, I didn't even know that there was a speck of Spanish in me. I didn't know there was a speck of Asian in me. I didn't know there was a speck of Indian in me. Like, there's so many things that make me me that I don't know about because not even my parents really know about their upbringings or whatever, whatever, whatever. So I have to do the research and everything myself so that my kids can know, okay, mommy, her family's from here. She's from, grandma's from there. This person's from there. We got family here, there, so that they can know themselves and hold on to that for future generations. It's a generational thing with us. But it's just, I'm sorry, somebody's been playing music all day. This is the only thing I hate about when the weather get warm because they just don't know when to stop. But yeah, like it's just, we got to know our roots. We got to know where we come from. I think once we do that, then we'll have a better sense of self because that's the thing. We don't have a better
But
sense
it's been
of self.
stolen from us, though. Like,
it has been stolen from us. It's up to us to steal it back.
but when you say that, what's gonna change? Let's say all right. So for me, I know I was born here. Both my mother and my father are Haitian. Their roots probably go back to the French, and then eventually before that something African. Like knowing your roots is great, and but what does it change? Even if I know, okay, yes, I'm from this, and I'm not advocating not to find out from where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know the past, and you have to know certain things to keep yourself from repeating it. But I'm saying, knowing that I'm from Central Africa, or I'm from West, a small village, and I'll just say something like I'm in a small village in Africa off to the east somewhere. I know that. I'm not gonna go there. Like I said, I know that I might visit, I might whatever, but that's completely disconnected from me. I don't even connect with that. Before I would connect to even having anything African, I would connect to being Haitian. And then from there, even before I could connect with anything from being Haitian, I have to go back to take that shit back to France. And even before I can take that, like there's just so much.
No, that I get. I'm not saying that you have to force yourself to be connected to something that you don't know. Not saying that at all. But I am saying that we all need a better sense of self and we need to understand our roots more because, like you said, it was stolen from us.
Right.
So a lot of us are walking around, don't know, we just know I'm black. I'm black and I'm from Brooklyn. That was me the first 15 years of my life. I'm black and I'm from Brooklyn. Little by little, I started finding out you were actually born in a military hospital. You are actually Honduran. You actually have Asian in your family. You actually have Indian. Like, I started finding out all these little details as I got older. So I'm not saying it's going to fix anything. And I'm not saying to look into your genealogy to be better accepted. I'm saying look into your genealogy for you.
Right.
To better learn yourself, because a lot of us have amazing history dated back to our generations. Who knows? We could have had family, but I know for a fact I got family members that were slaves, that were possible. I don't know if they were slave owners, I know, but I know back in my history somewhere is that, sometimes somehow, some way is intertwined or whatever. I just have to do the research myself. But just it's going off a topic a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like it's just time. We gotta come together. It's power in numbers.
And that I agree, and that's why I'm like, yo, this rioting shit, like, it's fine. Like,
Yeah,
wait,
most definitely.
do it. If this is what it takes to make the change, let it happen, yo. Like, we tried the protest. There's that Martin Luther King meme quote going on right now. Riots are from the voices of unheard people or something like along those lines. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's this is what it's taking. They're not listening to us when we're quiet. They're not listening to us when we speak. So now it's time to start shouting. It's
But
time
I
to start.
mean,
It's
we
time to
shout,
start getting their attention.
and they still don't care.
Keep shouting. Don't stop shouting. Like at this point, the officer was arrested. He was the one who had his knee on George Floyd's neck was finally arrested. I don't know if they got the other officers yet, but that's what people are saying they still want. They want all officers involved to also be arrested and to be charged. This officer was arrested and charged for third-degree murder. Cool. That is great. Would that have happened if the rioting hadn't happened? Some people will tell you, oh, yes, because justice works. Sure. Maybe for
Right.
them, not for us.
Right.
As far as I can tell, nothing would have happened without the rioting. Now, we keep rioting, they get the other 4 cops. Cool. Next time some shit like this happens again, you know what? We'll try the peaceful approach. If it doesn't work, we go to riot. We do what works. We keep doing what works. And when they realize, yo, we're not the ones to be messed with anymore. We're not the ones for them to continuously keep doing this, and we're just going to silently take it. Like, Black Lives Matter has been started, and it's been going on, and it's peaceful protesting. It's trying to organize us in numbers, and it's great. It shows that representation. It shows whatever. We have the opposition of All Lives Matter. Then they started that Blue Lives Matter crap. Then they started a bunch of things against. You know what? You know you're doing something good when you have haters, right? That's what they always say. The problem is, though, if we're doing this and they're continuing to do it, that means whatever we're doing isn't enough. Black Lives Matter is great. It's helping get a voice across for us who previously, let's say, we didn't have enough of a voice. It's more of a voice for us now, but it's not enough. They're still doing it. So it needs to move forward. Along with Martin Luther King and his nonviolent approach, there was Malcolm X with his Black Panthers who said, by any means necessary.
But
now,
even with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, people still hushed them both because everything that they were saying was powerful. They were both silenced. And I feel like that's the answer for everything. Like, okay, if somebody Black is too powerful, it's a problem. They're silenced. That's Martin Luther King. That's Malcolm X. That's Biggie. That's Tupac. Because it's the same situation pretty much. Because Tupac was he was against all of this stuff that's going on right now. Once you get in a position of power, you get silenced. And it's scary. Like we can do but so much to unveil the truth before people decide, okay, you talking too much. Now I gotta silence you.
Because in that situation, it's like you cut the head off and the body will fall. The body will fall. We don't need it to just be one. We don't need to just have one leader. We need the leaders to create more leaders to empower the people. Now, we had a Martin Luther King and we had a Malcolm X. I mean, honestly, after them, who can you say we've had since? Like really powerful figures like that who we could have since. Like it shouldn't have to be, oh, they died and then it stopped there. Shit, teach everybody else to have that same kind of voice. Teach it so that it's like all of us, if all of us brought that same type of energy that they did, if all of us had that same type of, maybe not necessarily the charisma, but we had the same drive, we just had the same je ne sais quoi, like whatever it was that they had, we had that too. Even if one of them was gone, the movement wouldn't stop. And I'm not saying it stopped when they passed. I'm just saying it sort of came to it slowed. It wasn't the same. Like everybody knows civil rights movements, and these were all these big ass names, and these were all these great people. And then after a time, it's just, just silence.
Well,
it shouldn't
it slowed down because people started using it for financial gain as opposed to actually pushing forward the message. Where is Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and all of these people while this is going on? I haven't heard anything from them, but I've been hearing about Jamie Foxx. I've been hearing about Denzel Washington. I've been hearing about Taylor Swift. I've been hearing about people, celebrities who have a platform and who have the voice to stand up and say something, but the leaders that we supposedly have are silent. So that's why I'm like, it's used for financial gain. And it's like, not everything is monetary. This is not this man's life is not monetary. It's not monetary. Money is not going to bring this guy back. Money is not going to bring comfort to his family. So this is just trash. And I just we just got to come together. We have to get out of the crabs in the barrel mentality. And we got to come together because, like I said, it's power in numbers. But, people out here don't want to see it that way. Every time, and the thing that pisses me off the most about this entire subject is that every single time this happens, people are always quick to say, oh, but yeah, the Black community is always Black on Black crime. And it's like, but that's not what we're talking about. It's not only Black on Black crime, it's white on white crime, it's Asian on Asian crime. It happens everywhere. Why is ours the only one that's highlighted?
Because the same way with the moment it was Black Lives Matter became no, all lives matter. They have to deflect some way. And by showing, oh, well, Black on Black crime, of course, then it's like, oh, you're saying this, you're worried that people are killing. Now there's something that was like, oh, well, we're aware that there's Black on Black crime. We know that Tyrone goes down the street and he shoots Jigga or whoever.
Right.
But what Tyrone will then get arrested and sentenced and sent to jail. The problem is when Officer Bob walks down the street and shoots Tyrone,
he gets paid administrative leave.
Bob gets paid administrative leave and gets to go home at the end of the day, and now we have a dead person.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. Our issue is not that Black people don't kill other Black people. Yes, Black people kill other Black people. Black people kill white people. Everybody kills everybody. White people kill white people too. Shit, white people have killed more people than anybody else.
Hello? And every time that they've killed someone, they're glorified and coddled with mental illness. Like the Black community doesn't have mental health issues themselves. If anything, we have it the worst because we sweep it under the rug, which is why I continuously do the Mental Health Mondays, because I need for people like us to know that it is okay to feel how you feel and not understand why you're feeling it. But we're the ones, everything gets swept under the rug with us. And that's why a lot of us are walking zombies at this point. because we have so much anger and trauma and all of this stuff built up in here, and if we express it, we're angry, we're mad, we're animals.
We should be. We have the right to be angry. Look at what's
We
happening.
have the right to be angry.
We're being murdered for nothing. We're being
Exactly.
in the street with no justice. Like, everybody keeps saying the justice system is broken. The justice system is not broken. The justice system works just fine for the people it's supposed to work for. It was never meant to work for us. It was never in our favor. It was never meant to satisfy our justice, our needs, our wants. It was never for the Black person. The justice system is fine. It works for the people it's meant to work for. 59% of the violent crime done in this country is committed by a white man. Is committed by a white man. 30% of it is committed by an African American. And yet there are so many more African Americans in prison for these offenses than there are white people. The numbers are there. They choose to say black on black crime, but you know what though? You pull these things up, and there's much more offenses of white on everybody crime.
Mm-hmm. We're not the ones going up to schools and shooting up schools and movie theaters and hotels and all this other stuff just because, our girlfriends or boyfriends pissed in our Cheerios that morning. We don't do that. And as angry as we are, we could if we wanted to, but we don't do that. You know why? Because the majority of us got mamas that'll beat the hell out of us. That's the main reason. Let your mother hear that you shot up someplace and you come home the same night. She gonna beat your ass.
I mean, I'm sure there's other things to worry about also, but
no, it is. But
we were raised different. Yes,
we weren't coddled.
You hear about a school shooting and you just, it's another white person. Like, very unlikely do you ever hear of a black person doing any of these mass shootings. There's always some white person.
I've never heard of a black person doing a mass shooting. Never.
Because, and you know what the problem is? See, y'all always worried about black on black crime. See, that's the thing. I got a problem with Tyrone down the street. I'm gonna take that shit to Tyrone. I'm taking that shit to his house. I'm not gonna show up at Tyrone's job and shoot his shit up with all these other people. That's not how it works. I have my beef with the person I have beef with, and I handle it with Tyrone.
Right.
Listen, if anytime you're listening, I ain't got no beef with you. I'm just saying that's the
right. It's an example.
Typical black name.
Right.
I got a problem with that person. I'm taking it to that person, and we gonna handle it. White people, oh, I was bullied at school. You got one bully, but you shoot up like 20 people, like people who have never bothered you a day in your life. White people look crazy, man. This is why we have a look. Every black person has that look when there's some white shit. And then you catch the eye of another black person. Come on. Like, I'm not trying to make this into a white bashing thing.
No, and it's definitely not a white bashing thing, but it's facts. It's not like anything that we're saying is not facts. I could see if it wasn't factual, but it is. Like, okay, they get bullied. They shoot up a school. Oh, he had mental illness. Oh, his mother and his father divorced 2 days ago and he doesn't know how to deal with it. Black people, we get bullied, we get teased, we get all of that. You know what that does for us? It helps us develop tough skin. You get tough skin and you learn how to clap back. That's what we do.
I'm funny as hell now because people used to bully me about my weight. Now I'm hilarious.
Hello? I used to get teased about being fat. Now all the niggas love fat bitches. So, okay, thick is in. Thick is what it is, So it's like, it just mind boggles me. Like, they get coddled and we get told to suck it up and deal with it. And it's too much. It's too much. And this whole entire situation is exhausting. It is mentally draining to constantly see people that are my age, my complexion, my height, my weight, my background. We have so much in common. And they're getting slaughtered like animals out here for doing simple stuff. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm a mother of 2 children. I have a son and a daughter. So my son and my daughter are cute until they become a threat to you. They grow up and now they're a threat. Now you're feared for your life. So it's like, and not even that. Me, I could be walking down the street minding my business, and a cop will, mistaken identity, and then boom, God forbid, I become a hashtag. Because we're dying in police custody. We're dying just for going outside. We're dying for staying in our houses. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We can't breathe. We can't jog. We can't go to church. We can't go to the movies. Where the hell can we go? What can we do? Nothing. We can't do nothing but sit back and take this. I'm tired.
We don't have to take this shit. That's exactly what we don't have to take this shit. We don't owe it to anybody for them to treat us like trash. They steal our culture. They stole everything from us. They stole our history. They steal our culture. They steal our identity. They do not have the right to steal our lives. I mean, they've practically already done so, but they don't have the right to actually, physically, literally take my life. No, you don't have to take that. Now, all of this sounds so revolutionary, and it sounds like, and I'm not trying to incite anything, but honestly, if this is what it takes, man, then I honestly believe fuck it all and burn it all down, man. Like, start this shit over from scratch somehow.
I don't know.
And freaking when the colonies were starting off and they did that whole Boston Tea Party, it's big in their freaking history books right now. They love that shit. Well, you know what? That's the same shit we're doing right now, too. We're fighting back any way we can against our oppressors. They had, when the English were their oppressors, that's how they fought back. They destroyed shit. They stopped things from happening. They slowed the country, man. Do whatever you have to do. Yo, I'm numb to all of this. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
You can get angry, but it just leaves you feeling empty still. I'm just numb. It's another hashtag, it's another thing. That Central Park Karen person, man, she legit, this is the type of shit that they want. She called the cops on a man screaming, he's African American. Oh my gosh, she's attacking me. And she was very specific with the African American part.
And
why?
Because
now they're weaponizing this shit. They're intentionally using the cops against us in a way that they know, if I call the cops and I say he's black, oh shit, chances are something bad's gonna happen to him.
Right. And mind you, he wasn't in the wrong at all. She was all the way wrong. Her dog was not on a leash. He was messing up.
You say they're killing us like animals in the street. Not even. That dog had more rights than that these people have, because you know what? They took the dog back when they saw how they were treating him. And I feel like most of the reason all that shit went quickly as viral as it did is because everybody saw her choking the shit out of that poor dog.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Everybody, yes, it could have went. They could have went left.
It could have.
Luckily they go for that guy, but it could have went completely left. But you know what? It could have, the fact that everybody saw the poor dog getting choked, they're like, oh, well, she lost her job. Now she's talking about she's not racist. You can't drop you're not racist after you call specifically, and then the only thing that you mentioned is that this man is black.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing you noticed was his
and then you sat up there and you fabricated the whole story saying that there was a black man threatening your life when he's not threatening your life. He's recording you because he told you to put your dog on a leash. Now that's
not even moving in your direction.
Yeah, he was still, and you didn't want him to record you. So because he was recording you, you thought threatening the police was gonna get him to stop. That's the same thing. What's her name did? Carolyn Bryant, whatever the hell her name is, the lady that lied on Emmett too. That's the same stupid ass stunt she pulled, and that's why that boy was killed the way that he was killed. And then she didn't admit until she was on her deathbed that she lied. Now, what if it would have been the same exact situation with Christian?
That's what she wanted, and this is why you can't say she's not racist. This is why you can't say it's used against us. They're actually literally using this as a way of getting the shit that they want. She knows I'm a white woman, and if I cry wolf, loud enough, somebody will come and help me, or somebody will make what I want happen. She lost her job and they took the dog. But you know what? Falsifying police, things like that, that's a crime. Is she in jail? No.
No.
Has she been charged with anything?
No.
And what more evidence do you have? There's literal footage where she said, oh, well, then I'm going to call the cops. And right in front of you see her fabricate an entire story.
Mm-hmm.
That have been a black person who even falsified just the smallest of details. Oh, well, you're under arrest because you lied to us.
Mm-hmm. And they need to start making that criminal too, because people are lying on people and people are losing their lives for no reason. I feel like if you lie on a person and they end up seriously hurt or killed, you need to go to jail like ever for that.
Even if they don't, if you're lying to that extent to make anything even remotely like that happen, like that's endangerment. That's like, you know, thought with a deadly weapon. Whatever charge that comes with, that's what you're doing right now. Like,
Right.
you will be attacking me with a knife and a gun, because that's what's happening. If you're calling the cops on me, you know I'm a black man. You see what's happening in the news, and I'm not doing anything. But you're calling the cops to say, oh my gosh, a black man is attacking me, while he isn't at any shape, form, or fashion doing so, because you know what's going to happen when they get there. You might as well have been waving a gun in my face.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. So you know what? No, whatever it is, that whatever charge would come for doing that, that's the same punishment they need to get, regardless if nothing happened. For example, luckily nothing happened to this man. But you know what though? Like I said, that shit was still dangerous. It might not have it might not have worked out that well for him.
Right. It could have went all the way left. Even if he had the footage, they could have switched it to
Footage doesn't matter. We've seen how many.
Footage doesn't matter because it's plenty
times?
of footage of cops killing people and they still get acquitted. They still get to go home with their wife and their kids in the picket fence at night. While we gotta, march and riot and burn shit up to make a point, to make a statement. And then we gotta go to sleep at night wondering, well, is tomorrow my day? Is that gonna be me? And it's really it's too much, and
I don't believe in an eye for an eye, because then the whole world will go blind. So I don't believe in an eye for an eye. But in a situation like this, if something happened to these people, and this is very hypothetical, and I'm gonna go to the extreme. If, let's say, we just had the power to like hire assassins or ninjas or some shit, and I was like, yo, you kill my whomever, right? Like the cop, let's say he had family or he had whatever. It's because they know they can get away with it, basically. If the world did work on the basis of an eye for an eye, they would not do this. If he knew, oh my gosh, I killed this innocent person who did nothing wrong, and he knew, oh, this is somebody's brother, and he knew his brother would pay the same punishment, he would not have done that. So what I'm saying is, if on some like real retaliatory stuff, like people just started like murdering, I'm just gonna stop there, because even saying it is just like, I'm not trying. Like I said, I'm not trying to put the thought in anybody's mind if it hasn't already been there already. But just if they stop to think that this is a person, this person is somebody's son, this person is somebody's brother, this person means something to someone. If they stop to think that, and then they realize that they themselves have people in their lives, and that something means something to them too, they would not do this. They do not see them as people. They do not see them as important. They do not value their lives, because to them, there is no value in their life.
And I think we need to, that's what I meant by going back to our roots. We need to realize our value, because I don't think we do. I don't think
I know my value.
We are, but not everybody does. Luckily, we are amongst the few that do, that appreciate, love dearly being Black. Years ago, I didn't, because I didn't know myself. I did not know myself. As a child, I was like, oh, okay, I'm you know, but now it was like a colorism thing. When I was growing up, it was colorism. People always flocked to the light-skinned girl, and nobody really cared for the dark-skinned girl, and everybody's supposed to feel like the dark-skinned girl is bad and the light-skinned, that's what's put in your head with society. But as I got older, I'm like, you know what? All of us are lit. We're gorgeous. And then once you start learning more about yourself, you start learning more about your value. You start to value yourself. So that was pretty much my point in, researching your roots, not to be accepted, no, just to learn. It's pretty much just to learn more about your value and you as a person. And then it's a historical thing because a lot of us don't do it. We're all walking around marking off on papers, I'm African American. African American. None of us been to Africa, but we African American.
There's not enough boxes, even if you know what you are. Even if you know your roots, there's no boxes for us. Rarely ever do I see a Caribbean American box. Yes, sometimes they put it depending on, if they're doing like a census for like a local area and they know a lot of Caribbean people, Caribbean American will be on there. So yeah, sure. But you know what though? Like I said, even if we know our roots and we know our values, they still don't. And a lot of people can't figure it out. Like they can do the genealogy thing and they can figure out that they're from whatever, but that was still taken from us. It's not just us knowing it. Like we can figure it out and know ourselves all day until they learn to value us the same way they value anybody who looks like them. It ain't gonna mean nothing.
But why is it that we need for them to value us? Who the fuck are they?
We need them to value us just in terms of seeing us as people. We need them to value us just enough. I don't need it from them. Well, to survive, apparently we do. We need that from them because they're the ones with the power right now. Even if we have value, either we take the power from them, so it's like it doesn't matter whether we have their value of us or not. The fact is, because they have the power, they're in the position of power and they don't value us, they can treat us this way. If we have power, then it doesn't matter if they don't value us. They can't do shit to us. It's because they have the power and they don't value us, so they can get away with all this stuff. If they couldn't get away with it, then it wouldn't matter if they value us or not.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where it goes back to finding your value. You find your value and you value yourself, then you can't tell nobody how to treat you or how you should be treated equally. They're not in the position of power or nothing, and they know it. That's why they walk around doing what they're doing. We don't know how much power we have until we come together. And that's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. It would have to be everybody as a thing. Individually gaining your value and knowing yourself isn't going to help. Teach, I can know myself all day. You can know yourself all day. Right now, God forbid, if any of those cops decided to bust it through either of our doors, us valuing ourselves isn't going to stop them from what they're doing. Like you said, it's not going to stop us from becoming hashtags. It's not going to stop them from, if justice getting served or whatever the hell that is. I don't know, man. I feel like everything out of my mouth is going to just be something to incite more. Well, honestly, I'm tired of this shit, man. Like, I'm so tired of it.
We all are. We're fed up. So it's like either way you spin it, it just doesn't work in our favor. And this is the unfortunate reality that we live in right now. It doesn't work in our favor. It doesn't work in our favor. And it's not going to work in our favor because you have, this is the situation that we're dealing with. And then you have people who are just like, you know what, well, whatever, I don't care. And then you have people who are like, well, if he would have did X, Y, and Z and A, B, C. So, it's like different types of people in this situation. You have the people who are pissed off and angry. You have the people who are numb and upset like we are. You have the people who just don't care. You have the people who don't understand what's going on. It's so many different types of people in this situation. It's so many, and it's all the time. Me personally, whenever anything like this happens, I'm numb. I'm numb as well. I don't know. I don't know whether I should be angry. I don't know how to feel. I just know I am tired. I'm tired. It's starting to become too common now of how we're dying. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And then half the time when they're going after us, it's for minute stuff. Jogging? Really? Going to the store to get an Arizona and Skittles? Playing with a toy gun? Playing music? A routine traffic stop? Selling CDs? Pulling out your wallet? Pulling out a hairbrush? All of this stuff we're dying from.
Even
we're dying from this.
Not doing anything, just sitting in their houses.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I'm Sandra Bland. I'm Renisha McBride. I'm Breonna Taylor. I'm a Tatiana Jefferson. I'm Ahmaud Arbery. I'm all of these people. I'm Trayvon. I'm Sean Bell. I'm Michael Brown. I'm Tamir Rice. I'm Emmett Till, damn it. I'm all of these people who are doing nothing out of the ordinary, living their lives. And here comes the cops. An even greater example. I'm my cousins. I'm my stepbrother who just got brutally beaten by the cops. I'm all of these people. And I'm just living my life. Living my life. But you got the Dark Knight shooter. You got the Charleston 9 shooter. You got the Las Vegas massacre. You got Columbine. You got Virginia Tech. You got all of these mass murderers.
Sandy Hook.
They're either committing suicide or they're taken into custody alive and well. The Charleston 9 shooter got Burger King when he got arrested. Are you kidding me? This man assassinated 9 people in a church. And these 9 people welcomed them into their church house. And he slaughtered every single one of them. This man gets Burger King. We get a hashtag and riots. I'm tired. I'm tired. And there's nothing worse than being tired and you don't know what to do, or you're afraid of what you might do because you're afraid of the consequences of your actions. So
we've been pushed to that point.
Like, yeah, but what gives?
What else do they expect us to do? We've been pushed to this point. Like, you have to understand, this isn't just something that just woke up and happened. This is something that has been boiling under the surface for so long. Look at all those people you named. Look at all those people you named. Now let's think about all the ones that we haven't heard of. Oh shit. Sorry, I heard something behind me. I had no idea what the hell it was. It sounded like a giant ass bug. Oh. You named so many people just now. And those are the ones that, unfortunately, we know of. What about all the ones that get swept, like you said, get swept up under the rug that we never find out about? Because I'm sure there are so many of those. There are so many of them. Long before the body cams existed, this is why we started asking for them in the first place. Long before everybody had a cell phone where they could start recording this footage themselves. This is what they were getting away with. Like, there's just so many, before hashtags were a thing. The police force is probably built on a freaking mountain of these bodies. How many people have they done this to before we got to the point where we even realized this was happening? Now, we've known for a long time the police weren't for us. We've known for a long time that the system was against us. We've known for a long time they've been brutalizing us, they've been treating us like this. It's pretty much ingrained in a Black person's DNA not to trust the police. like pretty much ingrained from when you're young. And it's not because, oh, you had to have done something wrong. It's not because you're a bad person. It's none of that. It's just almost instinct. You see that and you just know, nah. Like, even if you haven't done anything wrong, I'm uncomfortable around them.
Mm-hmm. But here's my thing, because this is where it gets uncomfortable for me. What do you do when you have family members and friends who are on the other side of that Blue Lives Matter, who are the law? What do you do? What are they supposed to do?
They use their voice. All right. It's difficult for, of course, because obviously we're not saying all cops are bad. I'm not. Well, some people are. I'm not saying all cops are bad. I don't trust them. But you know what though? I see a black person in uniform. I'm more likely to trust that person than I am to trust a white person in uniform. I'm doing. Does that mean I trust them? No, I trust them more than I would trust a white cop.
Right.
If I know the person in uniform, because I know somebody too. My friend's uncle, he's a cop. I have people who have family members who were cops or who served or who whatever. In these situations, I've been quoting a lot of stuff that I've been seeing, and I've just because it's a lot of them. If there are 1,000 cops and only 10 cops are bad,
So that
1,000 don't say anything, then there are 1,010 bad cops.
yep, because you're a part of the problem.
That's it. Right. Like in this situation, if you aren't doing anything about it, if you're enabling it to happen, then you are the problem. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out there, lose your job, you have to do no, but if you're in a situation, I would hope to believe if a black person was there and they saw this happening, they're like, bro, like, come on, take your knee off this man's neck. Like, but you know what? Fortunately, there can't be an African American officer all the time. Or it can't be where there's somebody around to make this happen who could have made this, like, just somehow you have to use that position. You have to use your influence. You have to do whatever it is that you have to do. The same way we're saying white allies are white people who are actually doing something about it and actively making change. Well, you know what then? Those cops that we're saying aren't bad cops, they have to actively be doing something about this.
Because I know plenty of white people, non-black people, who don't see color. They don't see color at all. And they're just as fed up as we are. Just as fed up as we are. And I'm not gonna categorize every non-black person, because shout out to y'all who are on our side. Every last one of y'all, because we appreciate y'all. You can't categorize them all, because there's a lot of white people who are for us, who are like, listen, I know your plight. I understand your pain. I don't know what it means to be a black woman or a black man, but I've seen enough to know y'all don't have it easy. I had a friend today post something about white privilege. He's white. And he posted something about white privilege. And I was like, you know what? This is amazing. He gets it. Some of his counterparts, his peers, they don't. It's always our fault for why we die, for why bad stuff happens to us. No, it's not. We could just be walking down the street minding our business and driving in our car. When I used to date my ex, he would get pulled over all the time by the cops because of the tints on his windows. All the time.
Doesn't even need to be that.
It doesn't. But their thing was,
oh, go ahead.
No, their thing was, oh, you can't have your tints be a certain color because that's how somebody murdered a cop. Their tints were too dark. They couldn't see the shooter. The shooter, I guess, lowered the window, shot the cop, and they drove off. So now it's against the law to have dark tinted windows.
The front, yeah. You can only have your front windows tinted a certain degree. The back which is still dumb because the back are allowed to be tinted, however, but the front to be tinted to a certain degree.
So It's just always something. But let's just say if one of those times they pulled us over while I was in the car with him, and one of them was feeling trigger happy, because it's always one cop on the passenger side and one on the driver's side. Who knows? The one that was talking on the driver's side could have been cool, and his partner with the on the passenger side was trigger happy. He just felt like, I'm gonna just shoot me somebody tonight because I can. That's how a lot of them think. They think behind that gun and that badge that they tough.
Because they can get away with it. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Listen, the cops are an organized crime syndicate, man. Like, the cops are the mafia. They're just protected by the government. They're a family, the same way the mafia is a family, and it's like, oh, you take care of your own. That's what they do. Let somebody shoot a cop. Do you see how, cop killer, how up in arms they go, the lengths they will go to catch this person who killed an officer?
Even when they get thrown in jail, the person that kills the cop, when they get thrown in jail, they have the correction officers in there against them. You've seen Orange is the New Black, where how they was treating Daya when she shot that cop. They was beating that girl ass. All because she shot the cop that was harassing all the girls in there. So, yeah.
But like I said, they have the power. They can do that. They can do what they want because there's no consequence to it. And as long as there's no consequence, it will continue to happen. That's why the riot, despite all the damage that it is doing, because at the end of the day, like, they're gonna the people who have done this rioting, they're gonna suffer too. If it had only just been the police, the precinct, that would have been fine. But that's why I'm saying the looting and all that stuff is not necessary, because they're gonna suffer. There's gonna be some blowback to this. If you told me you attacked the precinct, yes, the cops are offended. They're the problem. That's the target. If you told me you attacked maybe a government official building, now, yes, okay, maybe I can see. But looting stores, the stores had nothing to do with it. Now you're affecting other people's lives. You're affecting other people who, once all of this stuff is done, like, just what does it solve? Like,
well, honestly, what I've been seeing from that, a couple of business owners were pretty much backing up the looting and the riot, and they're like, listen, we could rebuild, but you can't get George Floyd back. Burn it down. That's what I've been seeing. A couple of
if they have the insurance, then it's fine. Yeah, you burn it down. I can rebuild, but you know what? The fact is, you still have to rebuild it. I personally, I'm just saying, we have a problem. Let's focus on the problem. I feel like the precinct, hell yeah, I had no problem with them burning that shit down, burn that entire shit down. You know what? And when they went to his house, now, personally, if there weren't, 25 armed guards they said they're protecting this man, he probably would have died that night.
There's no question. There's no probably. He was going to die. And even if he's in custody or whatever,
if he goes to jail, he's going to die. And yeah. I don't feel bad saying that. If he makes it to jail, he's going to die. Yeah. Now, a big if, though, because you know how the system works.
Because they protect them in prison too.
He could be. I don't believe it. Even with if he makes his jail. See, the thing is, these people are rarely ever making it to jail because they know once they get into jail, like, that's it. They can try, but they can't do anything. First of all, he's a cop. They hate cops in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to find out that you killed an innocent man and you're a cop, man, you're not making it far. You're not making it long. Like, you might not make it past your first day. And I don't feel bad saying that. Because if anything, you got out too easy. They should make sure you survive your term all the way fully till the last day and make you suffer every single day of it. And then kill your ass. They have taken so much from so many people.
Everything. We've had everything taken from us. Everything. Our culture is always being appropriated. People always want to be black until it's time to be black. We go out and do stuff. It's ghetto. It's ratchet. It's ugly. We got attitudes. But other cultures go out and do it. It's a fashion trend. It's, the it thing. It's some new thing. When it's only stuff that we've used or done to express ourselves. We can't do nothing. We can't be black.
Because it's a crime.
That's the worst thing in the world.
Just that alone.
I refuse to see it that way. I'm black. I love it. I adore it. And I'm going to make sure my children love and adore the skin that they are in, because black is fucking beautiful.
I agree, but we also have to be realistic.
We have to be realistic, and you know what? It's definitely time to be realistic. And I'm tired of, oh, can we just get along? Can we be peaceful? No.
Have you had that talk with them about any of this? Have you explained any of this to them? Have you ever tried?
I haven't.
Have you thought about how you're gonna do it?
I have.
That should not be the type of talk you should consider to have with your child.
Not with my almost 8-year-old and my almost 6-year-old. No. I should be talking to them about puppy dog piles and Paw Patrol and all this other stuff. I should not be talking to them about the consequences of just being yourself. That should not be a talk that I should have with my children, who are both under the age of 10. How does a mother have that talk with their kids? How?
My parents never gave me the talk. My parents, they never specifically gave me the talk. It was just always follow the straight and narrow and you should be fine. Stay away from certain situations and you should be fine. But now we're seeing, like, we've gotten to the point where that's not even the case anymore.
Doesn't matter what situation you're in.
It was always, don't mess with the police, don't do anything, and they won't ever have to bother you. That's not even the case.
Believe me, I've thought about it a long time to have this talk with my children, especially with MJ, because he's getting up there in age. I don't know how I'm supposed to have that talk with him. Because in his eyes and his sister's eyes, cops aren't bad people.
Yeah.
Cops are not bad people. Cops protect us. That's what they think. So I'm supposed to shatter his 8-year-old innocence and tell him, well, that's not the case, because they protect people. It's just not us they protect. How?
Unfortunately. Eventually.
How am I supposed to have that conversation with my son? How do you explain that? It's nuts. It's nuts. And it's too much. I'm tired. Beyond tired. So what do we do?
You use your platform. You use the voice that you have. For us, that's making this video. For other people, it's making the change that they can in the way that they can. I'm not saying everybody has to go out and protest. I'm not saying everybody has to go out. I'm definitely not saying everybody has to go out and riot. But you make the change possible how you can. You donate to the right causes.
I feel like right now, with this pandemic going on, it's time for us to support each other.
Yeah,
which is
for a blackout day sometime, and honestly, don't spend no money. Show them this, and this is what I'm saying. It all comes back to the almighty dollar. Like, as powerful as they are, the most powerful color is green.
but I mean, they're saying the blackout day is July 7th. Why not June 19th? Juneteenth should be the day. Because I bet you a lot of people don't even know about Juneteenth. They still don't, to this day. I don't know about everybody else, but yeah, keep your money. Only support Black-owned businesses. Only learn the tricks of the trade for yourself. Start your own business. Start your own skill. That's what people need to be doing in this pandemic. Even if you don't want to start your own skill, support Black-owned. Support Black-owned.
Almighty color is green. Let them see that they fuck with us. Let's say that this blackout day, whichever day it was, if people followed it for real, I don't want to say the economy would crash, but that shit would take a hit, and they would realize, damn, let these people, like these people, we need their money. We
Yeah.
may want them, but we need their money. Do that shit 3 times a month or something. Just like you said, just focus. All that money you would have spent on something, just focus on Black-owned businesses for that day. 3 times a month. Let Black businesses start prospering, and everybody else kind of just like, yo, what is happening here? Watch how quickly we become valuable. Watch how quickly laws would change.
And I need for Black-owned businesses, the people who are in it, please brush up on your customer service.
Don't do that.
It's the truth, though. I'm
Not
not even
all of
saying
them.
not all of them. Definitely not, because I know of quite a few people who run amazing businesses, and I support them all the time. But I'm saying in general, because I've been a witness to it too much. The customer service is not great, and we got to get better at that. I'm just being honest. We being honest right here, right? So I'm being honest. I will support 100%, but we got to get it together with the business and the customer service. We have to. And if we're customers, we shouldn't expect a discount from each other all the time. That's not fair.
That's another thing. Like, oh, well, I'm supporting you.
Yeah,
You sure you can't give me a discount?
you won't ask, you won't ask them down the street. You won't ask them for a discount. If it's a business, you got to support people. You have to. You have to support them wholeheartedly. That's how it works. You have to support them wholeheartedly. Later on down the line, who knows? You get a discount for being a loyal customer. But you can't expect for, oh, well, you my sister, you my brother, hook me up with a dick. You're robbing that person, and you're insulting their talent. So yeah, we gotta come together on the business front and on the customer service front. We gotta get it together. We have to. There's strength in numbers, and that's what we failed to realize. Instead of being crabs in the barrel, we gotta unite. We have to. We gotta let go of the ignorance, and we have to come together. Both Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson say it all the time. They've said it in every single album that they have come out with. Come together. They don't care about us. To a world that's sick with racism, get well soon. If you want to be in control, got to get yourself in the know. Knowledge. This is things that they've said. So we got to get it together. Value ourselves more as well. Not just for them, but for ourselves. Because I'm honestly tired. So yeah.
Um, this was one of our deeper episodes.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you said use your platform, right? That's what
Exactly.
we doing. Can't be fun and games all the time.
No, especially not in something so serious.
Mm-mm.
Especially not with something so
That
serious.
affects all of us? No.
And for those of you who do feel numb and you don't take a breather, take some time to yourself to try to center yourself and try to understand. I want to say that there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. It'd be so great to say that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Unfortunately, we don't see the end of the tunnel now, but you have to keep pushing anyway.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be numb. It's okay to not know how you feel. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry, sad. It's okay to be everything. It's okay to be nothing.
And don't allow anybody to make you feel guilty for feeling how you feel.
Right.
Because that's what I'm noticing a lot of people are doing, telling you how to feel in situations like this. You feel how you are entitled to feel.
At the end of the day, you have to understand that without the George Floyd thing, we were already in a difficult time. With this being added on to it, it's even more difficult. It's compounded into it in ways that it's affecting us in ways that you never could have imagined, in ways that you may not even know the ramifications of this until further down the line. Take the time that you need, appreciate yourself, appreciate those around you. You will get through this. We'll all get through
We'll
it.
all get through it.
So
One day at a time.
that's all I wanted to say.
I mean, I think we said a lot. We touched on a lot of key points. Just, I don't know.
Okay. With that being said, I'm co-host Ish.
I'm your loyal host, Tisha Denise. And this has been our thoughts. Deep thoughts, but it has to be said, right?
It does.
Until next time, Black America. What are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Later.